In the last few years, there have been so many post-apocalyptic games, they all blend together into one big old brownish, gray ball of death and sorrow. A few series have stood out, and one of those is Metro. Metro is a story of Moscow's underground subway stations, at which people fled to in a nuclear war to find refuge. But how realistic is Metro, and more importantly, can people survive underground in a subway? Today, on the New Age Gamers, we are going to answer that question and more, so sit back, relax, and put your gas mask on. It's time to venture into the Metro.
The problem we need to look at now is Moscow. Does it have an underground subway system that can house people in the event of a nuclear war? Alarmingly, yes, and it was even designed as a fallout shelter. When the Cold War began, Russian officials felt the masses needed to be protected. In 1953, the existing Post-apocalyptic line was deepened to protect the masses from a nuclear blast. There are 22 stations on this line spanning 28 miles underground. Later on, many more stations were deepened and renovated with blast doors and more life support systems to protect from a nuclear blast. The Soviet government turned the Moscow underground into a giant fallout bunker. As time went on, the metro got bigger and bigger until 2014, when 196 stations spans over 203 miles of known metro. Known metro? Don't worry, I'll get to that in a minute.
We could end this video on that note and we could all go home, but we would be shortchanging our fans if we didn't tell you that there is more to this. The subway systems that we commonly see in our major metropolitan cities pale in comparison to the Moscow Metro. The Moscow Metro is beautiful. It's adorned with marble columns and high ceilings, depicting symbols of Soviet communism pride. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would the Soviet Union make the Metro more of a museum than a subway? To empower the working class. The majority of the residents in Soviet Union were working class, and the Metro was a place to enjoy their national architecture and celebrate nationalism. The Metro itself was Stalinistic architecture, which glorifies the power of communism's working class. Now, what does this have to do with Metro 2033? Easy. It would contribute to feelings of communism and national pride that were enjoyed during the height of the Soviet Union. This lasting impression of the height of the communist Russia could bolster feelings of nationalism, which could contribute to the formation of one of the main antagonist factions in the Metro series, the Red Line. The Red Line practices Stalinist communism, which was a key in the Metro's foundation and architecture in the early 30s, until the death of Stalin and the period of de-Stalinization in the 1950s.
In Metro 2033, the first title of the series, a majority of the Metro is searching for D6, a lower level of the underground metro system below the public metro, which was built as a fallout shelter and weapons cache for the government, from which they could still control activities in and above the metro, such as troops on the surface. To the discomfort of many Metro citizens, this area is rumored to exist and is widely called Metro 2. A deeper part of the metro exists under Moscow's civilian metro, which is a staggering 660 to 980 feet deep, and is estimated to have housed up to 10,000 members of the Soviet government and their families. The government of the Soviet Union nor the current Russian Federation have confirmed nor denied the existence of the metro, but many urban explorers have found deeper rail lines that exist beyond the current lines in operation, starting with the connection at Sokolnicheskaya line, but no one has found any signs of the underground military bases, weapons caches, or barracks that could control troops above the ground.
Surprisingly, Metro is a realistic game because of its setting. Moscow is one of the largest metro systems that doubles as a shelter, but vast amounts are not explored. As more and more people are exploring the Metro underground, who knows what other secrets exist in the deep caverns of the city. And on that exploracious note, this is Brody and the New Age Gamers, wishing you a great day.